Welcome everybody, and welcome to a video. Hopefully I can answer questions concerning what we see on here is the block mould. Now this is the hollow block mould and this is the prototype one. Now I did put a load of stuff up from the internet about different blocks, and to be honest with you, we're not actually producing these blocks. A lot of blocks are made for specialist jobs, and there's loads of them out there. The real big question is, how does this mould and the parts that come out of it measure up to being used in a diorama build, and how does it measure up against 1/35th scale figures and vehicles? That really is the question that most people are asking. They're more interested to know if it's going to look right on a diorama build. So I'm shuffling all these papers away, and I've decided I've built an actual little diorama using the blocks, and we'll have a look at it and we'll go around it and we'll offer figures up so you can actually see what it actually looks like. Right, welcome to my building site. Now, I've done this small construction in the eastern, should I say, way they would build in Lebanon, in all the Middle East places. They all have got a tendency of building using concrete piers and concrete floors. That's the way they build, and they also use the blocks. That's the reason why they can use handmade blocks, is because they're not supporting, they're just there to fill in the gaps. Now, the question that most people are asking is the size of the block. Is it going to look right with figures of the 1/35th scale? Now, I'm going to try and answer them questions as we go along. Now, I'm using my experience in the UK of laying blocks and things like that. So we only lay 4 or 5 courses of blocks at a time in the UK. Reason being, we use solid blocks, and the solid blocks are a lot heavier, and if you go above 4 or 5 courses, the wall collapses, it just sinks within itself. So we always go up about 4 courses, then walk away and leave it to harden off before we start building again. Now, I know 4 courses of blocks roughly comes to your waist height. So what I've got here, that's the reason why I've only done 4 courses. I've got a 1/35th scale. Sorry, he's a German figure. And if we bring the camera down to his level, you can see that the 4 courses comes to his waist height. So yes, the blocks are of the right size, and they're going to go well with any 1/35th scale figure. Now, moving around, we go around to this side, and what I've done here is I've integrated blocks and bricks. Just bear with me a second while I refocus. There we go. Now, blocks and bricks in the UK are integrated with each other. Now, a block measures up to 3 courses of bricks, including the brick joint, and 2 bricks long. And as you can clearly see, where I've tubed into this brick panel, they're all 3 courses high, including the brick joint, and the block on top of the wall, if you can see, it covers 2 bricks. So these blocks, Diorama Debris has integrated them into their moulds, which is great because, well, it's the most sensible thing to do, really, is to make them all work within their moulds. So it's compatible with any other type of brick section or anything else that they're actually producing, so that's all good. Now, somebody did ask, how do they measure up against the UK blocks and everything else, sizes? It is very difficult to compare these to a UK block because what we're trying to illustrate in the Middle East is that these were actually handmade. They're made in a mould by hand. There is machines out there that will actually produce them as well. So they're not like a UK block, where a UK block or the European or American, they're not actually a supporting, you know, a load bearing block. These blocks are strictly just to fill in the gaps in the skeleton. That's it. I think they're spot on. I think, well, I haven't got a problem. I will be building certain items with this. I've got quite a few little ideas for these to be used, and I will be building other things with them. So I hope that's covered the size and the look of the block. Now, there was another question asked about spacings and grouting up. These blocks haven't got no spacers on it. I feel if they put spacers on them, if you come to stacking them on pallets like I've made, they're not going to look right because they're going to have the spacer in between, which is going to make the block look a bit silly. Also, if you're doing piles of debris, it means that you'll have to go around turning every block round to the position where you can't see the spacer. So I think it's going to be one of them things, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Everybody's going to have a different opinion on it. Now, I built this using 0.3 millimeter spacings, which I took the spacings from the actual brick panel, and I cut some 0.3 styrene, and I used some strips. I didn't build the wall in situ. I built the wall actually on my workbench, and I found it was very quick, very easy to put the spacers in between the joints as we went up. The perks, I actually used another small piece of styrene, and literally by the time you put the glue on your paintbrush, just pick the little piece up and stuck it to the end of the block, and it was ready to go. So there was no big issues over that. I will do a little bit of a tutorial type thing, not now, but a little bit later on, just to show you how I've actually built them. Grouting up, no different to how I grout my bricks up. I use my aluminium oxide, pushed it into the joints, and just use a pigment fix. I was quite happy with that, and the look is pretty good. I'm more than happy. So, all in all, I hope I've covered the bulk of the questions. I'll just move this camera around here. And like I say, I did have a little bit of a play around with some pallets. We'll put our man there just so you can see. I had a little play about with some pallets just to, well, I could never help myself. I was thinking outside the box here, just to see what they would look like. If you was doing a Middle East scene, I don't think they would be on pallets. I think basically they would be delivered by truck, and they would be stacked straight on the floor and used from there. So if you're doing something on that side, you're going to have to sort of just do a little bit of research on how they stack their materials, which is, there's loads of information on the internet concerning that, and we're going off onto a different subject. Right, next thing, I'd like to offer a few of you a chance to actually get a few of these bricks and have a play with them yourself. Now, I'm quite willing to produce some and get some posted out to people, as long as we're not talking about thousands of people. But I'm quite willing to get, send you 100 or so that you can have a look and have a play. Hopefully you could do a little bit of feedback on it, your thoughts and how you got on with them. It'd be nice. If you can't do it on your channel, i.e. YouTube, put it up on my face page, well, 135scale Diorama Builds face page, something there, probably a few photographs, things like that. Just a little bit of feedback, just for the people. So if you'd like some, just tell me in the comment box, please. If you've got a comment about it, leave that separately, and leave your name separately. Just say, Simon, I'd like some blocks, and that will do, and then I won't get confused. If we get too many of you, we'll have a raffle, I think, and then we'll send them out. But please just bear in mind that I've only got one mould, I've only got one pair of hands, so it will take a little while for me to get enough together to get it out to people, but it will happen. So that's just about it. So if I've not covered anything and you're not happy with something which I didn't cover, leave a note in the comment box. There will be another video I will be bringing out very soon, because there is other moulds that Diorama Debris did send me. I will be doing them very shortly, but at the moment I've just got a little bit of turmoil in my personal life. We had a bereavement last week and things are a little bit up and down, so I'm going to be not so active over the next few days. I've got things to do and sort out, and but them moulds will definitely be coming up. Trying to think what they are. They're a door opening in English bond with the arch and all the trimmings on it. Look very nice. A window opening in the English bond as well. Extremely nice. I'll probably stick some photos of it up on Facebook if I've not already have done that, but I will do that. And also the sills and the steps for the window opening and door opening. So they're to come very soon. I should get them up and done. I think that is just about it. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.